Hi, this is Linda with Casey Creations by Linda, taking you on a tour of my latest creation. It is called Melancholy Reverie, and the set that I used is from Sugar Pepper Press, and I'll put a link to her store in the description box. It does have a hard cover. It measures 9 by 6 and it has a 4.5-inch spine. The signatures are tied in with some blue twine. There's a pretty owl on the horse there. The streamers are what used to be in the old circuses. They always had streamers hanging everywhere. There's the old tent for the big top. It says a sigh between spotlight and silence. And you open it up. There's the ticket booth, and they use the ticket booths. The circus would use that area, and then horse shows and all kinds of other things. They had that beautiful ticket booth to get into the carnival, the circus, horse show, whatever. This is tied with some, I love the shade of blue. It's kind of a blue and a gray mixed together. It's beautiful, I love it. We've got a flip right here. I've made a pocket that completes the image. As you know, all my pockets do. We've got our little seal there with a top hat. And they always use that moon emblem in a lot of the stuff. I don't know why they did, but they did. All the cards and tags, like always, are backed with another layer of cardstock, so they're very durable. Does have a big pull out from the top, little dangle here. One of the performers, I believe she's the one that has the horses. And there's a trapeze artist. And it flips open this way, another little pocket there. And there's a copy of an authentic picture of one of the performers. She has on ballet slippers. There's another ticket booth, 10 cents to get in. Over here is a flip, and we've got 3 pockets. First one is some sheet music, and they always play music very loud in the old circuses. It says, "A Day at the Circus." That's what the music was. Then in that pocket, we've got the ballet shoes and the masquerade mask. And here is an illustration of the ringmaster and his top hat. Then it flips open this way. Got a little pocket here. Another copy of an authentic picture. I'm sure he's the gentleman that took care of the beautiful horses. And we have a little envelope here. It's got these little cards in it. Circus. There's baby elephant. And a lot of people back then thought that they mistreated the animals. They did not. That was their livelihood. They took very good care of them. This says Reverie. Here I've got a big Velcro window, kind of give it that old look. You can see the pretty woman underneath. I believe she's the fortune teller. They always had those. Beautiful old cart selling flowers. Used to always throw flowers into the ring. And there is a girl and a boy. They're kind of jesters. Big balloon. And then it opens this way. We've got some light mauve ribbon. We've got 3 little pockets. There's one of the ballerinas. with all her streamers. It says linger. Here, there's a gentleman, one of the performers. I think he's watching, he's looking up. This is moment. And the line paper is just some paper that I had. I like the lines on the back of my cards. Gives you more journaling space. And there is the ringmaster's suit of clothes and his big tall boots. This is relic. Then it opens this way. I've got a side band. It says Tattered Dream. I've got some little antique bronze brads there. Host this notebook, and it is on double-sided cardstock, so you can write on it as is. It's durable enough, heavy enough. And it's just got some different pages in it to journal on. I think there's 8 in here, double-sided. It has a little tag on it, one of the beautiful horses with roses in its mane. It says Velvet Relic. Over here is a flip. It's got a pocket of the lion there. It's a spectacle. And there's a gentleman riding a unicycle, which were extremely tall. And you open it this way. It is an envelope, and I've put a rusted paper clip on it. There's these big cards. There's our beautiful lion, gypsy wagon. Most of the performers back then were gypsies. That's where the fortune telling comes in. And here we've got 4 little brads, and it holds this little circus tag on, and they are elastic, so you can easily slide other things in there if you want. You can see the circus tent there, the big top. There she is peeking out from behind the curtain. There's one of our ringmasters. There's the beautiful owl on the horse. And then on this side, we've got some of that pretty blue. This is a little bit different shade, more blue in it. Got a little flip here, pocket, says Reverie. There's one of the clowns standing on a chair. He's holding the ring, and the dogs would break through the paper. The trained dogs they had. Here's another copy of an authentic pictures, the elephants pulling the wagons. Most of the time they would load everything up on railroad trains, and then the elephants and the workers would set up the tents and stuff. It's one of the beautiful horses. It was painted on canvas. They had a lot of these around the circus. Little tags. There's 3 little boys dressed up. And back then, the whole family, if your mom and dad was in the circus, you were in the circus. And it swings open. We've got another envelope here, excuse me, and it's held on shut with magnets. Got these little pictures. There's one of the, this one's a poodle, one of the trained dogs that did tricks. Here we've got this flip first. We've got a flip here, and I cut out the clown's outfit. It's exactly what's underneath as a little belly band for these pictures. There's the fortune teller with her crystal ball. And it has pulled up from the top. Little dangles. There's one of the, this is usually what the strong man wore, his outfit, his boots. Beautiful laced collar that the ladies wore, usually the ballerinas. And yes, ladies, I have been to that circus. I'm that old. Here's an angled pocket here. Completes the image. Cute little monkey. And they would let the monkeys loose and they would come up and give the children, you know, like he'd bring you a peanut, and they had apples and bananas you could buy, and when the monkeys came up to see you, you could give them some. Another one of the ringmaster's cloak and pretty jacket and vest. Here's a band here, and it does have an a Velcro closure. It always sounds like I'm ripping the paper, but it's safe. And there's a picture of the ticket stand again. And you could fit something under there also. Then it opens again. We've got some darker burgundy ribbon there. Two little flips. First one, we've got our little bunny there. As you can see, it's peeking out there. And this is an advertisement for cream comfits, whatever that is. It comes in assorted flavors though. Another copy of an authentic picture. This little boy, and he's doing card tricks. So pull up from the top. There's the beautiful lion, little seal. And it swings open. Got a little belly band there. And again, it completes the image. There's our ringmaster. I got this, I think. Yes, I did. Now we got the little top flip. It's smaller than this pocket. There's the two, they're like little clown jesters. So pull out from this side. There's some twins. And there's some clowns holding two other clowns on their shoulders. And open it up, and there she is peeking out. On this side, we've got two pockets here, and all I did was copy it twice. It's a side band, and then I made another copy and made the little pockets. And I'll tell you about him shortly when you can see the other part. There's a carousel. And top hat and cane. Then out of the side pocket, get this card. There's the strongman, zebra, the trained horses. And they would ride on the backs of the horses. Many of them standing up with one foot on each horse. Here we got two little pictures, and you just turn the little tab there and it opens up. You've got a secret journaling spot. And down here also. Oops. Fix my little dot there. And in the center, there's a big pocket. There's the bearded lady. And they always had a seamstress traveled with them. She would design the clothing. This is an illustration that she's drawing of a new costume. Beautiful flowers. They would sell flowers. You saw the cart, and you could throw them in the ring as the performers had finished, and they bowed, and you'd throw the flowers in. And this is the front of the second signature. I've got some light mauve ribbon. Little flip here. There's a photograph of one of the actual ringmasters. And it flips open this way. Cute little monkey again. There's one of the beautiful girls standing in front of the carousel there. A copy of a child. They're on a swing there. It's a little girl. It's probably an acrobat act. There's our little elephant. And it has a pull out from the top. Ballet shoes. And it swings open. You can see this. I believe this is the ringmaster's wife. Over here we have a flip. And on top of the bottom band is this band. Again, it has Velcro. And the band has a tiny little waterfall. There's the fortune teller, her crystal ball. There's the little Velcro there. It's a sideshow. Then you open up the big belly band. You have more pictures. There's 8 in all. It opens up. Pocket here. It says Barnum and Bailey, greatest show on earth. And that came well after this other circus. Here's the bunny, one of the performers. This has an acetate window. It finishes the image of the gypsy wagon, and this is what they slept in. This was their homes. There's the fortune teller's clothes. She is one of the young jesters. Stand. Opens this way. We've got some big pockets. There's 3 of them. I'll take all the cards out so you can see how it finishes. Where all the pockets finish the lion. And this is just some illustration of them practicing, walking the tightrope, balancing on top of each other, balancing there on that bar. And here is one of the wagons. That's a woman there. You can see all the stuff is loaded on top there, pulled by horses. And this is just an illustration of things that are in the circus, people arriving, eating at the outdoor little places they had, the animals. Over here it says Spotlight. You can see the top of the big top there. It opens up. We've got little pockets on each side. Little pocket down there. And the same over here. Elephant. And here's what I was going to show you. These two are obviously sweethearts. He's looking up at her, and You can tell by the way her hands are folded. She's giving him a gesture of love. Big carousel. Opens up to the back. We've got the blue with the gray chiffon. Got a little flip here. And there she is. Beautiful horse. And pull out. It's one of the costumes. Flips open, got a little band here. I love this little picture. It's a copy of one of the authentic pictures. It's a very small child dressed up as a clown. He performed too, along with his family, I'm sure. There's another flip here. Finishes her. Pull out from the top. There's the strongman's outfit. Opens this way, another little band there. Finishes the ballet shoes. And there's our strongman. There's his weights under there. And then we just have a band here. It's a larger picture of one of the sweethearts. Bearded lady. Fortune teller. And the big top. And back here is your actual journal. It is removable. The pages are tied to the journal cover, and the cover is tied to the spine. So all you have to do, here's the twine, is just slide it out if you want, and slide it back in. And you find the center where the pages are tied, and you can slide more of your own pages in there if you would like. There's quite a few pages in here. I believe there's 60 surfaces. Everything is double-sided. Side. And there's the back. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate all the time you've spent. Until next time, stay crafty. Bye-bye.